Hi everyone. I hope that you had an awesome weekend and that you had a chance to get out and enjoy this amazing weather. It was actually downright hot, which I loved. Hey, I just wanted to let you know what was going on this week, give you some quick instructions, remind you to check Schoology for all of the assignments and for any of the PDFs that you need to access as well. So let's start off with Monday, May 11th. Hey, you're just going to be watching the first 20 minutes of a documentary, and you're going to be answering some questions. And this is once again around medieval Japan. This documentary is about samurais and shoguns, which our entire Japanese simulation was about you guys battling it out for who had the opportunity to be shogun of Japan. Once again, bummer that we weren't able to do that, but it is what it is. So you'll go just watch the first 20 minutes. I don't want you watching all, I think it's like 50 minutes long, and I don't want you dedicating that amount of time. You are only supposed to do about 20-30 minutes a day of work for me. So if you watch the first 20 minutes and answer the questions as you are watching the documentary, that should suffice. You can then go ahead and just email that to me or download that up to Schoology. Either way, I'll go ahead and access that for you. On Tuesday, let me turn to that. On Tuesday, you are going to be creating a timeline. And this timeline is around important events in Japan during the era of shoguns and samurais. And it is found in your textbook. Once again, I've downloaded the PDF for those people who didn't have access to the textbook before we left. Now, the timeline is already laid out for you. It has all of the dates and as well as the page numbers that you can find that information. So it should be pretty easy to access that information out of that reading that you have available to you. On Wednesday, you're going to go back into that documentary and you are going to watch another 20 minutes. And then you can stop it. So I know that it's 50 minutes long, but once again, I only want you watching 40 minutes because I don't want to go over the time. When you do that, you are going to be creating, oh gosh, I can't even find my own notes. You're going to be creating some information, a graphic organizer. Pulled it out. You're going to be creating a graphic organizer around the shogun of Japan, who actually ended up starting an isolation period for Japan, complete with kicking out any Europeans and torturing Christians actually as well. So you're going to watch that documentary, you're going to create that graphic organizer about him, and then submit that to me. Day 4, which would be Thursday, you are going to research the code of the samurai, and you're going to explain its main principles, and you're going to do that in one paragraph. So you're going to write one paragraph and get that sent off to me. Now, this is going to help you when we go to write our contrasting paper, the paper where you're contrasting medieval Europe with medieval Japan, and you could do a paragraph on the differences between the knights of medieval Europe and the samurais of Japan. On Friday, the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to be looking at that isolation period, and you are going to be talking about and discussing in a paragraph why. Why did they suddenly kick out all Europeans, in trading with Europeans, get rid of Christianity out of Japan, and go into a very long period of isolation? I think it was almost 200 years of isolation where they had no contact with any other countries. What was the inciting incident? Why did they do that? So I want you to research that. You will find that information in your textbook as well. You don't have to dig super deep on the internet. You can access that information in your textbook as well. And that will be your Friday assignment. So to reiterate, on Monday, watching the documentary for 20 minutes, answering questions. On Tuesday, completing a timeline by looking through the textbook and finding the important events of Japan. On Wednesday, you're going to be also watching the documentary for another 20 minutes, and you are going to be creating a graphic organizer around the shogun who kicked out the Europeans out of Japan, Aishu. On Thursday, you're going to be researching the code of conduct for samurai and writing a one paragraph about its main principles. You are then going to, on Friday, be looking at the inciting incident. Why did Japan literally isolate themselves from the rest of the world for hundreds of years? So explaining what was it that drove them to do that. So that's the week in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please email me. I think I would say I'm pretty well caught up on grading. I've just looked at my email and saw a couple people are like, I sent you the email, and so I'll have to take a look and see what's going on there and why I didn't receive some people's assignments. But for the most part, I am caught up. So I'm ready to tackle what you have coming in, and I hope that your exploration of medieval Japan will be pretty interesting this week. Also remember that you have a Zoom meeting later on today. And they're going to be talking, I think, to 7th graders. We actually have like a whole PowerPoint, a whole, I think, a quick little video for you guys talking about next year and your opportunities as 7th graders to apply for some leadership roles and be a web leader. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about on Monday. I think that's about it. I once again hope that you had a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.